Day trading long rules. Step 1. Select your instrument. For long setups, we must check what instruments are in bullish phase 2 or bullish phase 3, and also bearish phase 3 on the 10x phase scanner. For best results, we should check phases on the hourly time frame. Once the data is loaded, just click on the instrument name and the new chart with and the 10x template will be loaded right away. So if we look over here, we have that Euro USD phase 3 bearish, so we can select that. Dollar Swiss franc phase 3 bullish one, so we can select that. After it, we have the pound dollar and the Aussie dollar, both in the bearish phase 1, so we are not going to select them. After it, we can select the Kiwi dollar bearish phase 3. After that, dollar CAD phase 1 bullish, so we can skip that. And we can select dollar yen phase 3 bullish, euro yen phase 3 bullish, pound yen phase 3 bullish, and so on. So overall, as you can see from this part, we have a lot of setups that we can potentially trade. Now, after we are done with the step 1, we come to the step 2, volatility checking. We must check the average hourly move and the best session to trade on the 10x Smart dashboard. The average hourly move should be 15 or higher. In this case, we see that average hourly move is 16, so we can proceed. I strongly suggest that you take a quick look at how strong your pair usually moves for the next 4 to 6 hours by looking at the graph above, and keep only the pairs that you determine have a strong potential for stronger moves. So in this case, we can see that white bar pointed with the arrow, that's our current bar, and after that, check the 4 candles, 4 to 6 candles. They represent how much on average you can expect to see, like if market will be slow or not. In this case, we see increase in the bar, so every bar is stronger than others, so we can move with the trading. Of course, this is the optional part, but I highly recommend that. Step 3. Building your game plan. Once you determine instruments for the current day, write them down in your 10x journal daily sheet. We are going to look for S1 and S2, so continuation plays, on all the instruments where we are currently in the late phase 2 and early to mid phase 3. And for all pairs that are in the late bearish phase 3, we are going to look for S3 reversal plays. So for example, Euro USD, we can write down S1 and the S2 long, or dollar yen S3 long. This way, you are going to have a prepared plan for what you want to watch today and what direction you should trade in. Important. Our 10x phase scanner will provide updates in real time, so you can add more pairs once you start trading. Step 4. Waiting for signal alert. Once our signal indicator spot potential setups in the market, you will get a pop-up alert or notification. Check whether that was the alert you have been waiting on, and if that's so, you can move to the next step. Important. With the amount of signals that our indicators produce, we strongly suggest that you keep only pairs from your list open. Step 5. Confirmation. Once the 10x dashboard has found the setup, we are going to see it under the ND 10x radar part, and we can move to confirmation. For each signal, we are going to have a slightly different confirmation option. You can see where we are displaying the current signal on the smart dashboard, so under the ND 10x radar part. S1 confirmation. There are a few ways to confirm the S1 signal, but the easiest and most useful way would be to use the Fibonacci retracement tool. We are going to check how deep a pullback occurred compared to a previous trend move, and use the nearest lowest swing dot and draw to the highest swing dot. For S1 to be a valid setup, we should see a minimum 23.6% level reached and maximum 78.6%. Okay, here we have a chart of dollar yen on the 4-hour time frame, and we have that S1 dot. So we are going to look for a first swing high and the swing low points. After that, it's simple. We can just go and draw that Fibonacci retracement from the low to the high. And we are going to look if that dot appeared between that 23.6% range, so minimum accepted Fib level, and 78.6%. In this case, our S1 dot appeared around 38.2%. So everything looks perfect and we can proceed. As additional confirmation, we can use 10x stochastic RSI and 10x RSI indicators. Stochastic RSI should print red bars at the time of S1 signal alert. Optional. RSI can be used to confirm the end of the S1 formation. Place the vertical line at the nearest swing high point, then draw a trend line on the RSI from that high through the first lower high. A breakout will confirm the end of the S1 formation. Let's see how that looks on our dollar yen example. So what we are looking to see is a red bar on the stochastic RSI. In this case, we have that, so we can move and say, okay, this S1 look confirmed. The RSI part is slightly different, but it's not that hard. So we are using that vertical line at the nearest high point, and we are going to draw that yellow trend line through the first high, so the highest point in the RSI, through the first lower high. We are going to look at that breakout of that yellow line as our confirmation that S1 formation is over. S2 confirmation. The S2 signal dot does not require further confirmation as everything will be aligned at the time of alert. All three indicators, 10x RSI, 10x MACD, and 10x stochastic RSI, are going to show bullish conditions at the time of the alert. S3 confirmation. The S3 signal will take the RSI and MACD into account while searching for the signal, so the only thing we should check is the 10x stochastic RSI. We must see a minimum light red bar on stochastic RSI, or ideally a dark red bar to proceed to the next step. Important. In our testing, dark red bar on stochastic RSI showed a much better results, so try avoiding the minimum option at the early stages of your trading with ND10X. On this Aussie chart, we can see that S3 dot. So what we are looking here would be a stochastic RSI at that candle where we get the S3. In this case, we have that dark stochastic RSI bar. That would be a perfect confirmation. While on this chart of the Aussie dollar, we have just the light red bar. And we can say it's fine, we can trade it, but at the beginning, I would like you to stay away from those kind of trades. Step 6. Enter the trade. Now that we have our confirmation, we can proceed down to the quick trade setup part on the 10x Smart dashboard. First, select what signal you want to trade by choosing between S1, S2, and S3. Click once, and the button will change the color of the signal to yellow. After that, click on the Quick Long button. Important. Each signal type will have a different entry-exit point, and it's good to know the manual approach for placing your order for S1, S2, and S3. S1 Long Rules. After you click on Quick Long, you will get the Trend Line option selected. Draw the line from the nearest highest swing point through the first lower high. Once you are done, you will have the stop and target lines available on the chart. Move the stop loss, so red line, to the low of the S1 candle and add a few pips. 3 to 5 would be ideal. Target 1, green dashed line, will be set automatically to give you a 1 to 2 risk reward, and target 2, green solid line, will be set to 1 to 3 risk reward. The algo will enter a trade once a break occurs. Over here we have that dollar-yen on the 4-hour time frame. What we are going to look to do would be to draw that yellow line that would be our entry line from the first high through the first lower high. So similar to what we done with the RSI. After that, we have that stop line, a solid red line, put it at the lowest point of the S1 and give a few pips just for a spread. After that, our take profit 1 line would be set automatically to 1 to 2 risk reward, and our take profit 2 green solid line would have that 1 to 3 risk reward. S2 long rules. For S2, once you click quick long, all lines will be placed automatically for you. The entry point will be the highest point of the last 5 candles before the S2 signal dot. Stop loss will be the lowest point of the last 5 candles plus 2 pips. Take profit 1 will be the inverse 1618 of the last 10 candles, and take profit 2 will be the inverse 2618 of that last 10 candles. Only take the trades where risk reward is better than 1 to 2. So over here, what we can see is that once we click on that S2 and quick long, all the lines are there for you. The blue line represent what? The entry point. Red line represent the stop loss. After we have the take profit 1 and the take profit 2. As we can see here, we get the 10 candle low and the 10 candle high. That would be that inverse 1618 and 2618 for a target levels if you want to do it manually. S3 long rules. Similar to S2, the S3 is going to set once you click on the quick long button. The entry point will be the close of the candle above the 21 EMA. The stop loss will be set to the lowest point of the last 10 candles at the time when we cross the 21 EMA, and is going to add 2 points for a spread. Target 1, green dashed line, will be set automatically to give you 1 to 2 risk reward, and target 2, green solid line, will be set to 1 to 3 risk reward. Important. Stop and target levels will be adjusted automatically until we don't open a trade. So over here, once we click that quick long, we don't see that entry point, but entry point would be a close above that 13 EMA. We are using that low plus 2 points as our potential stop loss. Of course, if price move lower, we are going to adjust that. And because we are adjusting the stop loss, take profit will always adjust to give you for 1 to 2 risk reward for take profit 1 and 1 to 3 risk reward for take profit 2.